I had disliked a lot of things that he was saying, and how he was acting, being that, me, I'm a real individual. I just felt like, we was all cool at one point in time.
Now remember this. No, I was older than Canelo is when I beat Canelo. So now, imagine seeing Canelo at 36 and me at 36, and we fight.
24 world champions, 5 divisions conquered, best defender of all time, right? Bud Crawford surpasses him in accolades because of the Undisputed in 3 divisions. Both of them are fighters that fought great into their late 30s. However, Floyd has a deeper resume than Bud.
During a live interview, Terence Crawford confidently shared his thoughts about Floyd Mayweather Jr. and the future of boxing, saying that Mayweather's time at the top has come to an end and that the current generation now belongs to him. Crawford made it clear that he believes he deserves to be the center of attention as the sport's leading star, stating that he is the fighter carrying boxing forward into its next chapter.
Broadcast for Jake and Tyson, and some people like the likes of Carl Froch viewed that as an endorsement. Like, look, man, I'm just working. It's a big opportunity to be on Netflix. I didn't put the fight together. I'm not paying these guys. So, let's chill out. But all right, I'm not going to poo-poo this. I just don't know what CSI is. And the way it was presented made me think that there was like a secondary press release to come, that they'll be involved in like some sort of like virtual boxing thing. Like, it just didn't seem real. You know why it didn't seem real? I'll tell you why. There's no date attached to it. There's no venue attached to it. Forget rules. Exhibition, not exhibition, weight. I mean, here's a guy who fought a heavyweight fighting forget all that. These things can get figured out, the fine details. The fact that it was announced, why announce something with no date or location attached to it? What's the point? Unless you're just trying to get people excited and trying to get them, trying to get some investors or something like that.
But maybe also testing the waters. If the response was overwhelmingly positive, maybe you go, okay, we move forward. If the response is muted or negative, maybe you go, okay, we're not going to actually do this. You lob it out there as a way to poll the public, and then make an adjustment.
So you don't think it happens?
I do not think it happens. I just don't think there will be enough interest. I know they have huge name value. There's zero after the last performance by Mike Tyson against Jake Paul. I don't think there's going to be interest in seeing Mike Tyson do that again.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. reminded fans that he defeated Canelo Alvarez at an older age, saying the win showcased his skill, experience, and boxing intelligence. He also played down the idea that a potential Terence Crawford victory over Canelo would be a historic achievement, arguing that both of them would simply have major wins over the same opponent. Mayweather maintained that his own victory remains more significant and does not place Crawford above him in terms of boxing legacy.
Canelo is a hell of a fighter. He's a hell of a fighter. And everyone is now saying that he's not the same fighter. He's not looking the same. Now remember this. No, I was older than Canelo is when I beat Canelo. So now, imagine seeing Canelo at 36 and me at 36, and we fight. And now what y'all gonna say? Well, now he got what? I don't know how many fights he got.
Some boxing analysts believe Terence Crawford still needs to achieve more before being mentioned alongside Floyd Mayweather Jr. in conversations about the greatest fighters of all time. They say Mayweather's undefeated 50-0 record is one of the biggest reasons his legacy remains unmatched. In their view, even a victory over Canelo Alvarez would not be enough for Crawford to surpass Mayweather's career. Many argue that Crawford should move up in weight and fight David Benavidez, who is widely considered one of the toughest and most dangerous boxers in the sport today. They believe defeating Benavidez would prove Crawford's talent, determination, and ability to overcome an elite opponent. Until he earns a win of that level, some experts feel his achievements still do not match Mayweather's legendary legacy.
achievements.
You look at Floyd's record, right? Floyd's legacy is 50-0, 24 world champions, 5 divisions conquered, best defender of all time, right? Bud Crawford surpasses him in accolades because of the undisputed in 3 divisions. Both of them are fighters that fought great into their late 30s. However, Floyd has a deeper resume than Bud Crawford, but both of their best wins are Canelo Alvarez. Canelo was a younger, greener Canelo when Floyd beat him. Bud beat an older, slower, but more seasoned Canelo. Now, Bud's not going to surpass Floyd because of the record. He's not going to make 50-0. Bud has to separate himself. What he has to do is do something that Floyd didn't do. Take on the challenges that people are scared for you to take. Just that's what separates Leonard and Durant from the rest. If Bud Crawford beats David Benavidez, he will surpass Floyd Mayweather as far as on the all-time list. As of right now, if Bud Crawford retires, I would have him somewhere around the top 5, top 7.
Trainer Robert Garcia sees the situation differently, believing Terence Crawford is unlikely to take the risk of fighting David Benavidez. Garcia said Crawford is experienced enough to make smart career decisions and avoid a matchup that carries far more risk than reward. He explained that Benavidez's significant size advantage could pose a serious threat to Crawford's unbeaten record. In Garcia's opinion, Crawford has already achieved enough to secure his place among boxing's elite and does not need to move beyond his natural weight class to prove his greatness. His comments highlight the ongoing debate in boxing over whether fighters should take huge risks to build their legacy or protect an already remarkable career.
Crawford just got the biggest win in his career and one of the biggest wins in history. He doesn't need to go out there and risk. Benavidez is too big, too strong. We don't want to see a champion do so much and accomplish so much and then end his career with a bad choice, a bad fight that he shouldn't take. I wouldn't do it.
Jeff Mayweather, the uncle.
Jeff Mayweather said that while Terence Crawford clearly defeated Canelo Alvarez, the result should be judged in the right context. He explained that Canelo is no longer at his best and did not display the same speed, power, or sharp punching that made him so dominant in his prime. Jeff also pointed out that many people questioned Crawford's level of competition before the fight, and even after beating Canelo, some critics continue to downplay the victory. In his view, Crawford's performance was highly impressive, but it does not erase every concern or immediately put him beyond all criticism, because Canelo was no longer at his peak.
Canelo knocks him out in the first half of the fight because he couldn't handle the power. And obviously that proved not to be, or to be the case, that Crawford could definitely handle the power. Were you surprised that, it didn't look like, maybe once or twice it looked like maybe Crawford felt it, but never in any kind of real trouble?
Yeah, I don't think that Canelo really hit him. I mean, he hit him a couple times clean, but Crawford, Crawford's a big guy too. Crawford took it like it was nothing. And he hit Canelo a few times. And Canelo took it as well. So basically, at the end of the day, they both took decent shots from each other, but Crawford just didn't get hit as much as Canelo did.
Do you think that was a case of you can't Canelo's a guy that's not out there throwing huge combinations. That he's more of a punch at a time kind of guy, and that's not going to work against someone as slick and talented as Bud Crawford.
Yeah, I agree. Basically, Canelo was looking for just one big shot, trying to land a big shot on Crawford, but Crawford wasn't having it. And Crawford at times would say, I guess he would say to himself, I need to, do a little more work. And basically, and it seemed like he just did that, and he would let his hands go.
Roy Jones Jr. gave a strong opinion about Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s legacy, questioning how it is ranked in boxing history. He said that apart from Floyd's victory over Canelo Alvarez, he did not always face the best fighters of his generation while they were at their peak. Roy argued that several opponents on Mayweather's record were either smaller, older, or past their prime when the fights took place. Although he recognized Mayweather's undefeated record as a remarkable achievement, he believes the timing and level of some matchups continue to spark debate, especially when comparing Floyd's career with more versatile fighters like Terence Crawford.
Is Floyd Mayweather top 5?
No, not in my book. No,
not even top 10.
Maybe top 10 in my book, yeah, but not top 5.
10.
He's maybe top 10, but not top 5. Floyd can fight. Don't get it wrong. Floyd can fight. But here's what my problem is. Well, I understand. I know you're a Floyd fan. But here's my problem. Who did Floyd fight that was on his level when he fought him? Only Canelo. That's it. Don't give me that stuff about the other guy that was going to prison. He know he going to prison when he get through. And then to take it even further.
He fought Cotto.
Cotto was not on his level. Wait. See, stop. Let me finish first. Cotto.
You asked me a question.
Cotto already was done. And Cotto an all-time great? No. Cotto's an all-time Puerto Rican great. Cotto is not an all-time great in boxing.
I agree with you.
He's an all-time Puerto Rican great.
I
All
agree.
right, so that's not a great fight. That's not on your level. Pacquiao. You waited till Pacquiao got knocked out by Marquez before you fought him. If you'd have fought him 4 years ago, it'd have been something. Because both of y'all were here. We'd have found out who the best was. You waited till Marquez knocked him out, now you fought him. If I wait till somebody beat James Toney before I fight him, do I get credit for being the greatest fighter of all time because I beat James Toney?
No, you don't.
No, I don't. So my point is you didn't do it the right way. You know that. Who else did you fight besides them best two names you can pull up besides Canelo?
What I'm saying is that who do you think around that time would have even beaten Floyd that he didn't fight?
So my point is I'm not going to say who
because I can't name a person.
I'm not going to say who would have beat Floyd. Like I said, I'm just saying Floyd never fought nobody that was of his equal. He didn't fight a James Toney. He didn't go looking for.
One boxing analyst said that while Floyd Mayweather Jr. enjoys greater popularity because of his undefeated record and massive fan following, Terence Crawford may have the edge when it comes to pure boxing ability. He praised Crawford's southpaw style and his talent for switching stances during fights, explaining that these skills make him a difficult challenge for any opponent. According to the analyst, the debate ultimately comes down to whether greatness should be measured by achievements and popularity or by overall skill, technique, and adaptability inside the ring.
Terence Crawford versus Floyd Mayweather Jr. Who wins this fight? I'm going with Terence Crawford, and I don't think that's unpopular or crazy to say. I think most people will agree with me. I understand Floyd Mayweather has a lot of fans out there, but the truth is, as great as Floyd Mayweather is, Terence Crawford is one of one. And I say that because who else has knockout power in both hands, is able to switch stances between orthodox and southpaw so seamlessly while having great footwork? It's not like Terence Crawford is some stationary target or a flat-footed fighter that's going to be chasing Floyd around. Terence Crawford knows how to cut the ring off. He has tremendous ring IQ. And not only is he a great boxer, but he's a great fighter. He'll be able to make it dirty. If he is on the inside with Floyd, that power will carry him far. And I just don't see how Floyd will be able to beat a Terence Crawford. I really don't see it. I understand Floyd's defense is incredible, but he is smaller than Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford would have a significant reach advantage on Floyd Mayweather. I believe Terence Crawford would also be taller than Floyd Mayweather, as well as all the skillful and technical aspects of what I just laid out prior. So I don't understand how anybody could pick Floyd Mayweather to beat Terence Crawford. Styles make fights, and I believe Terence has the style to beat one Floyd Mayweather. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Whether you agree or disagree, it doesn't matter. Join the discussion, subscribe for more, and leave a like if you enjoyed the time spent. Thank you. You are all appreciated.
Former world champion Shane Mosley compared Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather Jr. by pointing out that Crawford has a natural size advantage that Mayweather never possessed. He explained that Crawford's larger frame allows him to compete in multiple weight classes without losing his strength or punching power. Mosley added that while Mayweather was famous for his outstanding defense and precise timing, Crawford uses his physical advantages to control and dominate opponents in a different way. For that reason, he believes it is difficult to make a completely fair comparison between the two fighters.
Think's better out of those two, Crawford or Mayweather?
I think Crawford is better, bigger. He's actually, he moved in weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all around fighter. Mayweather's really good too, though. You can knock him as well. He's very talented. It would have been a tough fight, but I think Crawford would have the edge over Mayweather because of the long arms and because it's bigger. You know what I'm saying? And he would have kept him at bay. It would have been hard for Mayweather to counter, maybe. But Mayweather's definitely a technician. I mean, like Crawford said, Mayweather has his era, And Crawford, this is there.
Jeff Mayweather reminded fans that Floyd Mayweather Jr. was already beyond his prime when he faced Canelo Alvarez, yet still dominated the fight through his experience, defensive skills, and exceptional ring IQ. He said that although Floyd was older, slower, and not as sharp as he had once been, he still outboxed Canelo from start to finish. Jeff explained that people often judge victories without considering the full context, adding that while Terence Crawford defeated a more experienced version of Canelo, Floyd's victory remains especially impressive because he achieved it at a later stage of his career through skill and intelligence. In Jeff's view, that context helps keep Mayweather's legacy at the highest level, even as Crawford continues to strengthen his own career.
Plus, if we remember, Canelo at that time was a razor-thin decision. Floyd won, majority decision. C.J. Ross had it with what a lot of people had as a draw. And then the other two judges scored it for Floyd, of course. And that was a Floyd at the top of his game with a very green Canelo with very little experience, and he took him, into deep waters. So
yeah, what was Canelo? What, 20-something? 20 what? 23, 25?
Yeah, very, very young in the game, obviously.
Yeah, very young. He had more fights than Floyd, and he lost.
Yeah, but
man, that was 30-something years old, 36.
But Floyd was clearly at the top of his career, and Canelo had fought a lot of people. But
how you at the top of your career in your prime? You in your prime? You ain't in your prime when you're at 36. That's not your prime.
Did he lose? I mean,
your prime is in your 20s.
It's different for different people.
Yeah, okay. Well, it sure, and that's why Canelo is saying what he's saying.
I mean, don't you? I mean,
want to make himself look like he did something great.
Terence Crawford responded to comparisons with Floyd Mayweather Jr. by saying he has great respect for everything Mayweather accomplished and believe his legacy will always be remembered. At the same time, Crawford said every era in boxing eventually comes to an end, making way for a new generation of champions. He explained that no fighter stays at the top forever and that each generation has its own leading star. While giving full credit to Mayweather's achievements, Crawford made it clear that he believes he is the top fighter of the current era and the leading face of modern boxing.
I know.
And 6 eyes to beat Floyd.
Is Floyd better than you? Keyshawn beat Tank?
Keyshawn beat everybody. Him and Shakur.
How you feel about them not fighting each other? That's cool?
Yeah, that's cool. They don't need to fight each other.
Was there anybody ever...
They can beat up everybody else.
Was there anybody ever like that in boxing with you? Because not really Sean Porter, right?
Nope.
No friends in this business for you.
I think Tim Bradley would have been like that.
Okay.
I think me and Tim Bradley would have been like that. I wouldn't have fought Tim.
If the opportunity presented itself against Floyd, you would have, though, even though you admire him so much and he's so great. But you
Floyd, yeah, because I wasn't as close. Me and Floyd close now, but when Floyd was boxing, I wasn't as close with Floyd like I am now.
How do you beat Floyd, though? Like, since nobody's been able to crack that code.
You think I would tell you?
He ain't fighting anymore. So that fight ain't gonna happen.
You gotta have 4 arms.
I know.
And 6 eyes to beat Floyd.
Is Floyd better than you?
I think you got your answer there.
Nah, I didn't hear nothing. Is Floyd better than you? Some fighters say, even like Gervonta Davis.
I beat your ass?
Okay, that's a no. That's a no.
Greg Hackett praised Terence Crawford for his victory over Canelo Alvarez, saying the win added significantly to Crawford's legacy and, in his opinion, placed him ahead of Canelo in terms of overall career impact. However, he made it clear that this achievement does not move Crawford ahead of Floyd Mayweather Jr. Hackett explained that Mayweather built his legacy over many years by consistently defeating top-level opponents, creating a career that remains difficult to match. While he believes Crawford deserves full credit for his performance, he said any comparison with Mayweather should be made carefully because Floyd's body of work is still more complete and well-established.
Because you got to remember, Canelo is the guy right now in the sport that's supposed to be the man, big bad wolf. You beat him, you the wolf. Now it's like, you know what I mean? Like, all right, who else I'm gonna fight? You beat the shark, you beat the wolf. damn. Like, you know what I mean? Ain't no more ops out there. It's ops out there, but who gonna make them really want to get up? That's the
shit gotta make sense. Like you said, you be the shark and then you be the wolf.
Yeah.
But there's the monster.
Yeah, there is, but that's like a real monster.
Bro, that's to me it don't make sense. But that's
really
what
a monster.
Yo, is that proof? All right, we got the legendary Pape in the building. Legend.
Sure, man.
But what makes sense? Like, what makes the most sense? I know you said get a line of suits, Brooks Brothers.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Your line of suits, get your money. Go ahead and get the easy money. You ain't gotta sweat no more.
What's up,
Not saying you ain't gotta work, you ain't gotta sweat.
What's happening?
He's paved a career where he could sit down at a table and get this money. He could come out with a Terence Crawford series now, just doing whatever he like to do. People gonna watch it. Nobody, the fighting part, people don't understand what it's like to be a fighter. A lot of times fighters really don't be interested in certain fights. It's cause when a guy see himself up here and then fighting a guy down here, it don't interest him. So therefore when he train, he not gonna really train. He gonna train, but he not gonna train. He not gonna listen. He gonna feel like his coach taking it too serious and he's like, man, this ain't even that. But your coach like, listen, you could get fucked up. I'm telling you. You don't want to listen. Then you go in there and fight that guy. Then you get I seen it happen.
Sean Porter said on his podcast that Terence Crawford's victory over Canelo Alvarez was more than just a win, calling it a truly dominant performance. He explained that Crawford did not simply defeat Canelo, but controlled the fight and broke him down in a way that surprised many people. Porter added that the result demonstrated Crawford's ability to compete at an elite level across multiple weight classes and against a variety of fighting styles. In his opinion, the performance highlighted Crawford's versatility, technical skill, and mental strength at the highest level of boxing.
Broadcast for Jake and Tyson, and you know, some people like the likes of Carl Froch viewed that as an endorsement. Like, look, man, I'm just working. It's a big opportunity to be on Netflix. I didn't put the fight together. I'm not paying these guys. So, you know, let's chill out. But all right, I'm not going to poo-poo this. I just don't know what CSI is, and the way it was presented made me think that there was like a secondary press release to come, that they'll be involved in like some sort of like virtual boxing thing. Like, it just didn't seem real. You know why it didn't seem real? I'll tell you why. There's no date attached to it. There's no venue attached to it. Forget rules, exhibition, not exhibition, weight. I mean, here's a guy who fought a heavyweight fighting forget all that. These things can get figured out, the fine details. The fact that it was announced, why announce something with no date or location attached to it? What's the point? Unless you're just trying to get people excited and trying to get them, you know, trying to get some investors or something like that.
But maybe also testing the waters. If the response was overwhelmingly positive, maybe you go, okay, we move forward. If the response is muted or negative, maybe you go, okay, we're not going to actually do this. You know, you lob it out there as a way to poll the public, and then make an adjustment.
So you don't think it happens?
I do not think it happens. I just don't think there will be enough interest. I know they have huge name value. There's zero, after the last performance by Mike Tyson against Jake Paul, I don't think there's going to be interest in seeing Mike Tyson do that again.
Terence Crawford made boxing history by becoming the first fighter to win the Undisputed championship in 3 different weight divisions. This remarkable achievement highlights his ability to adapt, remain dominant, and succeed throughout different stages of his career. Only a handful of fighters have managed to control multiple divisions with the same level of success. As a result, Crawford has secured his place among boxing's greatest champions, and many now consider him one of the sport's all-time greats, regardless of how his career is compared to Floyd Mayweather Jr.
Bud Crawford defeats Canelo Alvarez and becomes the first ever male 3-division undisputed champion in boxing history. Thank God the judges got this one right. But wow, what a technical battle this was. It was a very close fight, but as it went on, Terence was getting more and more comfortable in there. I remember in the 7th round, he even stood right in front of Canelo and fought him on the inside. Then in rounds 9 through 12, Crawford really started to open up on his flurries, gaining Canelo's respect. But the reason Crawford won this fight was because he was surprisingly durable at 168. He was able to do his thing because for the 36 minutes he was in there with Canelo, he was never really worried about what was coming back at him. I mean, Canelo just kept going to Terence's right side of his body, and that stung a couple times, but those were the really only hard shots Canelo landed. Unfortunately, this is terrible for Canelo's legacy because the smaller man beat him up, and Canelo's kind of been cherry-picking his opponents the last couple years. But well-deserved for Terence Crawford. It's gonna look amazing on his legacy. Boxing got it right tonight. On the biggest stage, with the most eyeballs, no controversy, just pure sport. And one of the best ever at the sport got it done tonight, Terence Bud Crawford.
That's all for today's video. Thanks for watching, and be sure to stay tuned for the next one.